La 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 la.
Welcome back to Eating Good. My name is David, and I'm joined by my wonderful hosts. Well, first off, welcome to our seventh episode of Eating Good. Just a reminder here, you're going to be joining us as we go to different restaurants, try them out, speak about the vibe, but then also just talk about any random which way thing that comes to mind. So join me in welcoming Oscar as he was the person who chose this week's restaurant.
This week we went to Preston's, a burger joint, which is a Midwestern burger joint in Columbus, Ohio. They were located in the North Market, but as of 2023, they now have a location in Clintonville. And actually, I think today was the first day their dining area was open, so we got pretty lucky with that. So while we were there, I ordered their classic burger. I got a double with fries and a hot dog, which is a lot of food, a burger and a hot dog, but since it was my first time there, I had to try it. So I ordered the classic with a double patty, which comes with their special sauce, American cheese, shaved onions, lettuce, and house pickles. The burger was chef's kiss. It was good.
Yeah.
And that burger was phenomenal. Like, it was so greasy and good. And I liked how their bun at the end, like, they didn't cut it. So it was kind of like a hot dog bun, but for, like, the sandwich. I would rate that burger a 9 out of 10. And the only reason I would give it a 9 is because I would have liked to see a little more char on it. Because anytime I eat a burger, I'm always tasting the meat. I'm always focused on the meat before I focus on the whole burger. And I'm like, this meat is really good, but it just needs a little bit more oomph to, like, get it there. But otherwise, it's a really good burger. Like, highly recommend it. I also got a side of fries, which were really good, and a hot dog. The hot dog came in a toast instead of, like, a hot dog bun.
Like a Texas toast.
Yeah, like a Texas toast. It kind of looked like if you took a Cane's Texas toast and cut it. But the hot dog, it was okay. I guess I'd give it, like, more of, like, a 7 out of 10. Overall, I would definitely go back again.
I was going to ask, did the hot dog taste like a regular old hot dog, or was it like a step above of a regular hot dog?
I would say it's a step above a regular hot dog. Yeah, I think the bread definitely stepped it up.
Cool. Yeah, I can go next. So I also got a classic burger, only a single patty. And I agree. It was a really, really great burger. Exactly what I would want from a burger. And I would give it an 8 out of 10. And I didn't get my own fries, but I tried your guys' fries, and I would give those a 10 out of 10. Like, I really liked their fries. I judge a place by the quality of their fries, and these were, like, perfect to me. The last thing I ordered was their chicken tenders, but I didn't realize their chicken tenders come with, like, a drizzle of honey over them, which I don't love. So I'd give them, like, a 4 out of 10, personally, because I don't want sweet stuff on my savory food. I'm a savory girl through and through.
See, I had the chicken. Well, I had some of your chicken, and I really liked how soft it was. But yeah, if I were to rate that chicken, I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10 as well. With the spices on top.
The chicken itself was very good quality, but the honey just ruined it for me. I really did not want honey on my chicken.
Yeah, I feel like that's the worst when there's something on there that you're not expecting.
And you cannot remove it. Like, you're not getting rid of honey.
And I can't get honey off of it, exactly. So I shared with the rest of the table.
Can someone lick this off?
Yeah. Ew.
There's, like, when we were little kids, you know, those, like, spicy lollipops? I feel like
yeah,
there would
yeah.
be kids who's like, I don't like spicy.
Yeah,
Can someone
the
lick
mom,
all
like,
the...
licks all the stuff off
Yeah,
and gives it to them.
like the sun, just a straight watermelon.
Well, since we're talking about chicken, I guess I should go next. I am a chicken lover, so I got the chicken sandwich. It's lemon thyme mayo, shaved onion, red cabbage, house pickle, delicious fried chicken drizzled with infused honey. So I guess mine also had honey, but I honestly didn't even taste it.
Did you taste it on, like, when you tried my tender? Could you taste the honey?
I tasted it when I had your tenders. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like with the chicken sandwich, it's probably different because you have more things on the sandwich that, like, covers the honey. Whereas with the tenders, you're just straight honey.
Yeah. And honestly, my sandwich was really good. I would probably give it a 7.5 out of 10 because I've had a lot of chicken sandwiches in my how old am I? In my 26 years of living.
I was about to say 27, but that's wrong.
And then I also got the French fries with cheese on top, and I thought that was good. A little bit too much cheese, but that's like a me problem, not a them problem.
Yeah, them boys were cheesy.
Super cheesy, but their French fries, yes, their French fries are a 10 out of 10. I would come back.
All right, so I went with the pastrami bacon burger, and I got it as a double. So this came with, your bun, special sauce, American cheese, shaved onion, iceberg lettuce, and a house pickle, or house pickles on them. It was very good, actually. Since I got a double, they actually put the pastrami bacon in between, and it was like, since it was, I don't know what, it was just like a thicker cut, and I just love pastrami in general, so it was just like perfectly hugged by the patties. And I think mine came out like pretty like crispy or like charred up or whatever. Definitely like a smashed burger type thing. And I thought it worked really well. And then like the lettuce and all the fresh stuff kind of gave it that little crunch that I like in a burger. And then the fries were, I also got the regular fries, and they were super nice and crispy on the outside and like soft and potato on the inside. Good shape, good size, I guess. I don't know. Good fry.
I like
good
that
fry.
they were thin.
Yeah.
They were like in between like a steak fry, which is super thick, and like a McDonald's fry. So it was like thicker than that, closer to the McDonald's size.
I say they were very
But-
close to McDonald's fries, not as salty, but it was like it worked.
Better.
Better.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, I guess what I'm going is like, it was like a steak fry, but like shrunk with like the crunchiness to potato ratio. I don't know. Made sense in my head when I thought about it.
Yeah,
But-
because a steak fry is way different.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
it's not like
I
a
like
steak
their
fry at all
sauce.
to me.
Fair. Moving on. I would probably give it a 8.5.
The burger?
Just the total, I guess, because I thought it was a really, really good burger. Definitely better than your regular old Joe burger. But honestly, the spicy boy also kind of caught my eye. So I have a reason to go back. And I think my ultimate burger one day will be the spicy boy and throw some pastrami bacon on it.
Yeah, I would definitely go back. And now that I think about it, like it kind of reminds me of In-N-Out, like that quality of food,
Ooh.
and I love In-N-Out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
even the
was-
way they were presented, because they came in like those little paper bags, the way
Mm-hmm.
in and out.
And we don't have any In-N-Out on the East Coast area. I mean, we're not on the East Coast, but in the Midwest or anything. So
I was gonna say like what would make this place like 10 times better is like if they had milkshakes.
yeah,
Mm.
That
I
would
thought they
just
were
make
going
it
to.
so good.
Yeah, so I could definitely see myself going frequently if I'm thinking of it as an In-N-Out substitute, because when I have access to In-N-Out,
Oh,
I
yeah.
always try to get it.
Oh,
like
yeah.
frequently. I went to Vegas like a couple years ago, and In-N-Out was one of the cheapest options to eat while we were there, and I probably had, like, we were there, like I was there, if I was there for a week, I probably had In-N-Out at least 3 times.
Oh my gosh.
Sam, do you travel? Do you just like seek out the burgers? Because like when we were in Portland, we hit Little Big Burger like
Dude,
4 or 5 times. Worth it.
it was so
It was so good.
when we went as a family, I wasn't the one pushing Little Big
True,
Burger,
true,
to be fair.
true.
Everyone else, I introduced it because I had been to Portland before, so I was like, oh, there's this burger chain we should go to. But everybody loved it, and those truffle fries.
Yeah, I think a different person pushed for it on separate days, and we're all like, yeah, let's
So
hit it
we
again.
went like 3 times. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I always love burgers. When I travel, I'm never gonna be opposed to a burger place.
Mhm.
No, yeah, I think because we don't have access to that, like, Little Big Burger, it was like, oh, we got to go as much as
Take
we
advantage.
Can. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was definitely one of those people like, oh, I would go again. I don't
Yeah.
mind. I don't mind eating here every day. I don't know the next time I'll be out here.
Yeah, and it was also like a cheap option.
Convenient, and it was like I feel like a lot of times we're like, oh, we gotta go do this in like an hour. Like, let's go eat Little Big Burger real quick. And so we made it
Yeah.
work.
One thing we didn't touch on was the green goddess sauce.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Not
Just
from Little
like-
Big Burger, from this current restaurant.
Yeah. The
So the fries came with a side of Green Goddess. And how would you describe that? The sauce?
Well, we ended up asking the worker what it was made out of because we couldn't put our finger on it. It had a very like herby, peculiar taste. So she had said it was a buttermilk ranch base or buttermilk ranch aioli base or something like that. And they had parsley, cilantro, and thyme. So we figured out that the thyme is the strong flavor that everybody had conflicted feelings about.
Yeah. So it's funny because their mayo is also lemon thyme mayo, so they must love that lemon thyme combo.
Yeah, and that's why you thought it tasted like a yellow Starburst.
Yes, so that's why I was like, when I try something,
Why are we bringing that up?
I always try to like find something else that I can compare it to. That it doesn't even have to taste just like it, but just like. But anyways, for this Green Goddess, I tasted it a couple times. I was like, I can't put my finger on what it is. And then it finally hit me like on like the 4th or 5th try. And then I was like, yellow Starburst. And everyone was like, what? What do you mean?
David's on crack because I love banana Starburst. And they definitely don't taste like...
Too bad yellow or
Green
lemon.
Oh.
Yellow Starburst or lemon? You said banana.
What have you been saying? Banana or lemon?
I've been saying yellow Starburst.
I'm pretty sure you said banana Starburst.
I never did.
No.
And then I said it reminded me
you
of
said
artificial
yellow.
lemon flavor, which was, I guess, what I would
Someone
say.
get Starburst right now. We need to test this theory. Okay, the yellow Starbursts are my favorite, and I definitely didn't think it tasted like the Green Goddess sauce.
So what do you think yellow Starburst tastes like?
Question.
That's the new main question.
Not like the Green Goddess. Maybe like I need to taste. I need to eat it now.
What artificial fruit do you think the yellow Starburst represents? Banana or lemon? Answer now.
I thought it was banana.
Okay, you must be kicked off the show. You have no taste buds. What is wrong with you?
It is definitely lemon. I just Googled it to confirm.
But also, there's just such different flavors. How were you like, that's a banana?
I think the yellow banana is like a special
or like
flavor.
a tropical flavor, maybe.
Yeah,
It's like a different pack.
it's
for
not
sure.
like
it
the-
exists. I know what you're talking
The
about.
pink one and the yellow one are my favorites.
But like your standard yellow is.
Yeah, it's
lemon.
not banana. I've never ate a yellow
Wow.
Starburst like that's banana.
They have a strawberry banana one that's really good, but that one's pink.
Okay.
Anyways.
Anyways.
So I'm not the one on crack. It's,
Wait.
I
So
Edit that part out.
oh no, never mind. I was about to say. So David thought the Starburst tasted like banana. Never mind.
No, but essentially I was just saying is like an artificial lemony taste, and I feel like I just get that strongest from a Starburst because you're chewing on it for so long. And it also kind of, someone said something like a waxy something to it, and maybe it's the texture or whatever, but I don't know.
So did you like it or no?
And then, I thought it was growing on me, but then after I had that image of yellow Starburst, I was like, I can't do it. And I was like, why? Let me just eat my fries with ketchup and enjoy them. So
Yeah, the sauce definitely grew on me. Like on the first bite, I was like, "Ugh, this is not good." And then like after a few more bites, I'm like, "You know what? This is not bad." And then after my meal, I tried it again, and I was like, "Oh, that wasn't good."
It was a roller coaster.
he was went through all the emotions.
So I think it's just my first bite. I don't like it, and then after that, I'm like, "You know what? It's pretty good."
I would eat it.
I personally liked the Green Goddess sauce, even on the first try. But the fact that everyone else kept saying they didn't like it, I had to keep trying it and be like, is it bad? And then I'd try it again and be like, no, I still like it. And then, like, you'd complain more and I'd be like, let me try again. Maybe it's bad. I'm like, no, this is good. So I would definitely get that sauce again.
Yeah, but I think the way you described it was good, or where it's like a cucumber or hummus sauce. Because I definitely felt like, yeah, it was like a tzatziki hummus sauce. Not that cucumber tzatziki sauce, but like it had kind of those two flavors. And I don't like hummus, and I do like tzatziki sauce. And so that's where I was a little conflicted. I'm like, I kind of like it, but I don't like it.
I didn't like it either. It was too herby for me. I almost feel like someone messed up and like put too much.
Just
mixed
too
it
much
wrong.
time.
Yeah.
I do think, yeah, it was very herby because I feel like my breath is kicking right now from the herbs. Like I can taste my breath.
At least give us mint. No, I'm just kidding.
Cool. Overall, I think we all agreed we'd go back.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
So don't go without me. I will beat you up.
That's fair.
You guys have to invite me.
I didn't give a number, but I also like that honey chicken. I'll give it an 8. Just saying.
Boo.
Boo.
I want to go back and try the burger.
Yeah, the burger was really good.
Yeah, you really messed up by not getting a burger.
No, I can still get the chicken
The
sandwich.
dip chicken sandwiches, which just look like they're tossed in the sauce,
It was good.
looked good too. I would definitely go back.
Did you guys want to talk about Arby's today?
Since we're
Lay it
talking
on
about
me.
burgers. Do they even sell burgers there?
They sell meats.
Exactly.
What-
what
what
is
does that
Arby's?
mean? What is that? Like, deli?
Why is Arby's?
Why? So I'm not gonna lie.
You eat at Arby's?
You might catch me there between the hours of 2 and 5 because those buffalo chicken sliders are so good, and they're $1 during that happy hour time. Get two or three of those, depending on how hungry you are. Them curly fries. You're eating good for $5 or less.
See, I've tried their buffalo sliders and I didn't like them. Like, I don't know what buffalo sauce they use, but it's not like a Frank's buffalo. Like, it's different.
Oh, I feel like all of Arby's sauces are odd. They're off. I mean, one is like horseradish sauce, horsey sauce. But I will say I like them for $1. Again, in a pickle, it's 2 to 5. I don't get Taco Bell because my go-to happy hour is Taco Bell. 'Cause you
Wait,
get the
fast
freeze
food
for them.
restaurants have happy hours?
Yep.
They can, yeah. Deals, just like deals on their slow times.
Which is like 2 to 5 is
What?
probably their slowest time.
I didn't know that. There's only one reason why I go to Arby's. It's for them curly fries. And that's it.
They have good shakes too.
What?
Okay, David,
I
you,
get everything that's not the roast beef sandwich.
David is an avid Arby's
Oh my
eater.
No.
Apparently, I'm learning so much about you today.
I am a fan of their 2 to 5s, but it's all because it's $1.
The point that I was gonna bring up is I don't know anyone that eats at Arby's. Like, I've never heard of someone saying Arby's is like, oh, I'm going to Arby's today. Arby's is my favorite fast food. Like, I've
Now
never
you
heard
do,
anyone.
it's David.
I've
No,
never heard
no,
anyone
no.
like talk about Arby's. So I'm like, who are the people that go there? How is Arby's still in business? I see their commercials. They have the meats, but it doesn't seem like anybody wants those meats.
Yeah.
And now I'm finding out David eats at Arby's. I could not tell you a single thing on their menu except for the curly fries.
They live among us.
And I feel like they try so hard too sometimes because sometimes don't they like sell at some point they sell euros.
Mm-hmm.
I think they
I'm
still
like,
do.
what?
Yeah, they like rotate their stuff, but
David knows it.
I pick
That
up
is why
from
they're
there
still
sometimes
alive.
for my job.
Yeah,
So I'm
like
aware.
I see their commercials all the time. We got the meats, and I never go eat there. Like, yeah, the only reason I would go there is for the curly fries.
I really
Which I
like that
bought.
voice actor.
Arby's.
I would go if he was at the restaurant every time I went. Between 2 and 5.
Yeah,
I mean, there's got to be people that like it because it's still like surviving.
Right.
See,
I mean, I know some of our cousins like eating there. They shall remain unnamed. But
Name them.
Name them right now.
I can name two. And Enrique and D-Boy,
Oh.
they like Arby's.
I think I'm forgetting who it is. That's why I didn't want to name them. But I think it might be like Said. I think he admitted that he might be eating
I'm going to text him right
him
now.
or
Arby boy.
Carlos.
I'm going to text both
Oh,
of
I
them.
could see Carlos eating at Arby's.
I forget which one, but I think I was amongst them when we were talking about it. And one of them was like, "I'll admit it, I be eating there sometimes." I think it's Said.
See-
Maybe we need to try it, Sam. Like maybe we need to go and actually see like the menu.
My next
And-
pick, Arby's.
Roast beef.
And
Wait,
be
wait.
like 10
I'm-
out of 10.
Let me send them a message really quick. Do you guys eat at Arby's?
They're gonna be like, what the heck? Yeah.
They're gonna lie. They're gonna lie and be like,
I
"No."
don't even know where the nearest Arby's are.
What is that?
So I can say Arby's is probably the only fast food restaurant that I can remember my first experience there. I went when I was in high school. My friend took me there, and he bought me my food, and I got this like chicken sandwich, and it came with like mustard, and it was disgusting. I'm like, what are they putting in this mustard? Like horseradish? And
They do. They love horseradish, dude.
Mm.
Something about it.
I mean, I ate it because my friend paid for it, but I didn't like it. And I was like, damn, people eat. I can't believe he eats there. Like, that was not good.
I feel like older folks like love Arby's.
Heck yeah.
Our dad has gotten Arby's before.
Throw them in the home.
That's the only reason I've tried curly fries is because, like, I think he would get Arby's and then I would try some of his fries.
Nah, they're undisputed though, for real.
Mhm.
They're like
So good.
at least top 3, like fast food fries.
Honestly, it's for me, it's McDonald's fries, and then Arby's fries.
Yeah.
I'm going Rally's top, but it's because it's essentially
Ew.
the curly fries, but with like a little Cajun-y spice or something to it. But they're never executed as well as Arby's are, I will say.
I just haven't had Arby's fries in years. But I do remember them being really good.
Curly fry, can't beat it.
When I say years, I mean like probably at least 10 years.
Oh,
maybe
When you left
maybe-
Painesville,
Yeah.
you had Arby's and you're like, I'm never coming back to this place ever again. So you went to college and then never moved back.
like since college, I don't think I've had Arby's.
I
So
think
it'd be-
Charmaine like bought Arby's French fries one time.
Oh, for
Oh.
fast food.
When we did the
Yeah.
potluck or whatever.
Yeah.
the
Was it
boards.
Arby's? I thought she got Rallies.
Well, she got a bunch of different.
She got a
Yeah,
different
it was
might
like
have
4
been-
different places.
Yeah, because you guys split them.
Yeah. So she got them frozen from like the store, but then like he
Those
didn't
are
want-
rallies. Oh no, maybe she did get
No,
Arby's
she
frozen.
also got
as well.
Arby's.
Well, Arby's
Nice.
frozen is not going to be the same.
They were still smacking.
They were good.
Well, me and Oscar were talking about this the other day, and I had a theory that the people that eat at Arby's are the same people that drink Monster energy drinks.
I can agree with that.
And the same people who buy mattresses at Mattress Firm. It's all a front.
What?
How many?
Explain.
Okay, think about it. How often do you buy a new mattress?
Never.
Not very often.
And how many mattress firms have you seen where you're like, why is there so many of them? Like,
I mean, every single time I see one, I'm like, how's...
why?
Yeah.
Right? And they're everywhere. Who is buying up all these mattresses?
I mean, how often should you actually buy a mattress? Like every
They're like 10 years guaranteed.
Yeah,
feel
I
like.
think it's like 10
10
years.
years?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
How often are you buying a mattress?
there's a lot of people that, I can understand why there's a lot of mattress firms.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, because you got your college students coming in every year, and not all of them live on campus. So if you're living in a dorm and now you're living on your own, you got to get a mattress somewhere.
I do think that they're going to run out of business at some point
They better.
because now, like, they can deliver them to you in, like, a box. And I feel like they're cheaper sometimes, too.
Yeah, like I got my mattress delivered. I bought it off Walmart and it was sent to me in a box. It was like less than $300.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, what do we need all these big old mattress firms? You know?
I'm
They're
sure,
fine.
like, there's less now than there was before. I would
Yeah.
assume.
I wonder who's their auditor.
Get on it, Sam. Do some freelance
Well, or, like,
investigative auditing.
I wonder who's the parent company. I could look up their 10K and see if their sales have gone down like year over year.
Unnecessary. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, there's a lot of them, and I'm like, couldn't they function like a Spirit Halloween? Like, just when people are moving on to campus, open up for 3 months.
That would be a good idea. I
Like,
feel
literally,
Yeah.
like, rotate with the Spirit Halloween. Half of the
Yeah.
year it's the mattress firm, half of the year it's Spirit Halloween.
Like even now, if I wanted to like get a new mattress, I wouldn't never think to be like, let me go to my nearest mattress firm.
Amazon
I would
or
start
IKEA,
looking
bro.
online. Yeah.
Well, have you guys ever been inside a mattress firm?
Nope.
Yes. Actually, when I moved down here, because I was looking for a bed frame type
Mhm.
thing, I popped into there. There was lots of comfy looking mattresses, but I was on a mission.
All right. Did they sell anything other than mattresses?
Pillows.
Frames, pillows, mattress accessories.
So anything related to the bed, basically.
Yeah, maybe not like covers and stuff like that. But
And how many people would you see in there?
that was the only one. Dude was getting ready to close down. I walked in and he perked right up.
Didn't they used to have like salespeople?
Yeah, they're
I-
probably dwindling down. Because
Yeah.
it was just the one dude in there when I went in.
Oh,
it
that
was
makes
towards
me
closing
so
time.
sad.
And then I was like, "Oh, do you have this in?" And he was like, "Yeah." Let me go get it from the back. And I was like, "What's the price?" And he was like, whatever. It was this price. And as he was like getting it ready to ring me out, I found it cheaper, like $20 cheaper on Amazon. And I was like, actually, I just saw it better somewhere else. I'm sorry, I have to go. And so I just like got him all
Aw.
riled up and left.
He didn't feed his children that
Mm-mm.
night.
Pobrecito. Those salespeople probably make commissions on the sales
Yeah.
they make.
I was like, thanks, Bezos.
He
And
was
then I
trying
went
to
home.
sell you that mattress. He's like, ooh, I'm eating this month.
Alex, no, not off me, baby. And then since I didn't buy the frame that day, I had to like sleep on the couch, and it was like an uncomfortable couch to sleep on for like 2 extra days because I had to wait for it to come in from Amazon. But I was like, $20 is $20
There's dinner right there.
for me.
Go to Preston's.
Okay, so I texted Carlos and Saeed. I texted our cousins, and they responded. Saeed said, yeah, chicken bacon Swiss sandwich. And then Carlos.
Damn, no shame.
Literally told you his order. He's like, are you there right now?
Yeah, he probably thinks I'm like trying to decide what to get from Arby's.
You fool.
It's a trap.
And then Carlos, he did an arrow pointing up to Saeed's message and said no mustard sauce. And then
Oh my
Saeed
They've been there
god.
together.
Saeed
Sam doesn't
responded
know her
no
family.
honey mustard. So like they go to Arby's.
Yeah, they
for
have
sure.
their order.
Sam doesn't know her family members.
I have the decency to only go on conditions. They got the whole honey bacon ranch, whatever they said.
Well, I'm gonna have to check this Arby's thing out.
Guys, that's honestly going to be my next pick. We're doing Arby's. It's a new restaurant to me.
Bonus episode.
So going along with Mattress Firm,
Great segue.
I went to this luggage store once, and that's all they sold there. It was just, luggage is for traveling, and you
Where
know,
are you going?
Luggage for the home.
I went straight to the most expensive brand because I knew this brand and I was like looking into it, and the only person in there was the worker, which is this older guy, and he comes over to me and he's like, oh, so you're checking out that brand, huh? This is the best brand you can get on the market, hands down. And then he started showing me all the briefcases, and he was showing me all the pockets, and he's like, yeah, these are gonna last you 20, 30 years easy. And I didn't end up buying one that day, and I felt like kind of bad, but it was like nice hearing his enthusiasm. But I was just like, how is this store in business? Like, how often do people come here to buy luggage? Like, because once you buy it once, like, you're set for a few years if it doesn't break.
Right, unless it gets torn apart by TSA or something.
So have you been to any other stores where you had that experience? You're like, how are they still open?
I don't like going to stores like that because then I just feel pressured to like buy something, and I will buy something so I can feed a family tonight.
So
because you feel bad because no one
Yes.
else is there except for the worker.
Yeah, because then I'm like, oh, he's giving so much energy to like sell me this item, and I should reward that. So sometimes.
reward is enthusiasm.
Yeah, his hard work, he deserves it.
Okay, so do you ever just go to like Target or Walmart or something and just
Target,
buy
yes.
it, and then realize you don't need anything but buy something anyway because you're like,
I'm already here.
Yeah, I'm already here.
I'm leaving here with something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I went to this happened to me like 2 days ago. I went to Target to buy a Tide to go stick. That's all I
Oh, I
wanted.
need one of those.
One Tide to go stick. I spent $90.
What you buy?
I bought 2 Tide to go sticks, and then I bought a bunch of makeup stuff because I was like, oh well, I need a new concealer. Oh, I need a new powder. Oh, like I want to try this new I needed a new sunscreen, and then I wanted to try a new brand. So like I just bought that stuff, and then I was like, let me walk through the food to see if I need anything, and it's like, oh yeah, I do need like olive oil, and I need like this thing.
That
So-
place will suck you up.
Yo, I need to go to Target. What?
It's so much fun.
Because I used to be kind of like that. Like, if I was at the store, I'm like, well, I should at least buy something, even if it's like a candy bar. But now, if like there's nothing I need, I just walk out. And every single time, I always feel awkward because I'm like, it looks like I stole something.
Dude, no, I need to leave with something because I hate feeling like I went somewhere and then like for no reason. So
Yeah.
I want to get that quest completed in my mind, you know? So I have to
So
get something.
are you just going to Target by yourself, walking around and then walking out, or are you saying when you go with someone else?
No, it'll be like by myself. Like I'll be like, oh, I need to stop at the store to get something or pick something up, and I'll go there and they like won't have it, or I'll find it cheaper somewhere else, or like I'll just remember that I have it and then like not need it anymore and I just walk out.
Okay. See,
I feel like that's normal.
yeah, that's fine. I was saying I would only go if I was buying something. Like I don't just go to Target. A lot of people do just go to Target to walk around and like see what they have, but I normally go with like a specific thing in mind that I
Yeah.
need to buy.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I'll like make sure it's in stock at the store I'm going to before I go to, because I also don't want to waste the trip.
Okay, yeah, I don't just casually walk around the store. Like, let's see what's here today. You know, what do you want to do today? Let's go to Target.
Some people do
Some
that
people
with
love
Target.
Some people do that.
Especially.
No, I think I did that maybe like during COVID times because I was working from home, so I'd be like, I need to get out of the house. Like, it doesn't matter what I do, I just need to get out of the house. So I would just, go to Target, go to Kroger.
That's another topic.
If there was only one streaming service you could use, what would it be?
I personally, if I could only have one, I would choose HBO Max. They got all the good scary movies. And they have Game of Thrones, If I can never get bored of just watching Game of Thrones.
See, I have to agree with you. I think if I were to choose one, it'd be HBO Max. Like,
Thank
it
you.
has all the, like, cartoons that I like to watch. Like, it has all the Cartoon Network and Adult Swim shows, so I like that.
Well, I feel like you already exclusively only watch HBO Max.
Yeah.
So
'Cause
of
they-
course you're gonna pick
'cause-
that. You
'cause
you don't use any of the other ones.
They got what he likes.
Yeah. The world doesn't know that.
For me, I would say I probably use HBO Max the most just because it's the one I pay for. So I'm like, I need to get my money's worth amongst my
Oh my
family
gosh.
streaming ecosystem. I'm conflicted though, because I would be between HBO Max and Netflix. HBO Max because it has The Sopranos, which I think is my favorite show, and I could probably just rewatch that. The potential for shows, like I haven't seen Game of Thrones.
Ugh,
That's
you're
up
missing.
there. Like HBO is really good about like with their new shows. Like I feel like they did really well with like Euphoria, The Last of Us, where people are tuning in every week, even if it's not on TV, but like it creates a buzz. I think they're really good about that. Whereas Netflix dumps it all the whole season at once, which is good in its own right too, but different. I love that collective experience with HBO. But I think Netflix has kind of taken the reign with comedy special, like stand-up comedy. So that's why I'm like, and they're trying different stuff, like the Chris Rock, the live stuff. So it's, and obviously Netflix originals, I think, have been pretty good. So it just depends on what I want. Like I really only go to Netflix for like stand-up comedy stuff like that now. So I would probably still lean towards HBO Max, but HBO Max for me. Final vote. Boom.
I figured you guys were all gonna pick HBO Max, but I would pick Netflix because I love reality TV, and they have a lot of like dating show reality TV series on there. I'm watching Perfect Match right now, guys. It is way better than I thought it would be. The drama is so good. But I also like the Netflix original movies, even when they're corny. I enjoy the Netflix like original series. Like Squid Games.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Good.
I love it. Bridgerton, so good.
I feel like you also like those like quirky romantic like movies.
Oh, yeah,
Like the
and, like-
Hallmark movies.
Yes. I've watched every single rom-com that is on Netflix that is in English. I haven't
Yeah.
watched the ones in other languages. I think I've maybe seen one in a different language so far. But yeah, I will like binge watch anything on Netflix. It's just easiest for me. I don't know. And I'm not as familiar with the other ones, and I just don't feel... I go to like Hulu for specific shows. Disney, like... I don't really use Disney that much, but only for specific... If I'm in the mood to watch like The Little Mermaid and stuff like that. But... And I only go to HBO Max if I want to see a movie that like came out recently, but I didn't go watch it in theaters.
Oh yeah, they do scoop up a lot of those too. which is
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, because I feel like Netflix used to be the dominant streaming service because they had so many shows and they were like the first ones really to be doing it big. Whereas like now there's so many options. Like Netflix has lost so many things that they're now creating their own stuff. Or they've been doing it for a while. And so it's like at one time, yeah, Netflix was the streaming service. And I feel like today that's not really the case anymore because
Yeah.
you could have, HBO, Hulu, Paramount, whatever, Peacock. And it's like that has enough content to keep you busy all the time.
Yeah.
Like, that's a good point that Sam makes. It's just like she uses Netflix, as like her dominant streaming service, whereas I use HBO and like we're watching different things all the time, and
Yeah.
like you can just stay with that one, and you'll never run out of things to watch.
Yeah, and it definitely depends the type of TV you like to
Yes.
watch. Because like
Yeah.
I like reality shows, I like rom-coms, I like cheesy stuff. Netflix has
Yeah.
all that for me.
Yeah.
And it's like I like cartoons and animation, and HBO has a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did try to do some research on like most popular ones. A lot of them were just like subjective articles of like
Mhm.
these are my top 10 blah blah blah. But this, I don't know how reliable this website is. It's called Flix Patrol, and it says streaming services by subscribers, and this is worldwide, and still has Netflix as number one with 230.9 million subscribers, and then Amazon Prime with 200 million subscribers. But I think if you have a Prime membership, you already get
Yeah.
the Prime Video, so
It's like a byproduct of.
yeah. Because I feel like a lot of people probably have Prime and they don't even utilize the Prime TV.
Also, are like all stream services like available in like all countries?
I think that is a lot. Netflix is very worldwide, so it makes
Yeah.
sense they have the most. Like HBO Max is in 6th place with 81 million subscribers.
Okay.
But then like 4th and 5th place is something called Tencent Video and IQIYI. And so I've never
They're
heard of
probably,
those,
like,
but they're probably
foreign,
like popular in other countries.
I think I've heard of Tensei. I think my sister has it.
And number 3 is Disney. That's the only one I didn't name.
Interesting.
Yep. And Hulu is 7. 8 is Paramount. 9 is Apple TV. And 10 is Eros Now, which I've also never heard of. But that's
Apple
the top
TV
10.
sucks.
Why?
Really? I feel like a lot of people like Apple TV.
I don't really like it. I feel like when it first came out, I thought it was like kind of expensive, and I'm like, it's shows that they only make. I didn't see other shows that like I wanted to watch.
Yeah, I think it is
They're
like their
building
own
it up.
content.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, they have what, Ted Lasso is like the big one right now.
Yeah, I was like, that's what all my coworkers are always talking about, Ted Lasso, and so
Yeah.
I don't have Apple TV, so I haven't seen it.
Do you guys remember when like Netflix was like a thing like back then, and it wasn't like it was
Yeah.
a
They
streaming.
mailed you.
No, they
DVDs.
They
mailed
mailed
you
you like
DVDs.
they
Yeah.
mailed you like the DVDs.
I never used them, but my aunt did, and so she would bring them over sometimes. We're like, oh, this is so cool. Like we would still go to Blockbuster and stuff.
Yeah, they also used to like have video games
Mhm.
that you can
Mhm.
rent.
Yeah, I remember like watching those commercials, and I was like, I'm not gonna do that.
Are they also the ones that had like the red boxes at the grocery stores?
think
No,
those
that
are
was
different.
Redbox.
Different.
Yeah, it's just a brand called
Okay.
Redbox.
We use that a lot too. My dad loves Redbox.
It still exists, right?
Yeah, we like over this last break when we were there, we got a
Mhm.
movie from there.
I miss Blockbuster.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Like I
They
just
might
miss
be making a
going and
comeback.
like getting the buckets of the popcorn, and like inside there's like also like chocolates and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And also just like the smell of walking through Blockbuster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's like my childhood right there. Like just walking in, it's like there's so many possibilities. What am I walking out with today?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like expensive to rent a movie, so our parents would usually let
Go
us pick
often,
stuff
yeah.
out.
Did Blockbuster have like a porn side?
I'm sure.
Probably.
You think so?
I
I guess
sure
I've
they-
just
don't
never gone
remember.
to that section. I always went to like the little kids movies.
Yeah, I mean, as a kid, I wasn't looking for it, but I feel like it might have even been like a separate room that was like adult section.
Or if anything, I
Kind
don't
of
know if
like-
it was Blockbuster specifically, but obviously they wouldn't show like the covers of it, but it would just be like a wall of like yellow DVD cases with the names or something. And I think the only reason I noticed is because I'm like, why are all those look the same?
Mm.
And I
Yeah,
didn't
that's
really,
the only
I didn't
reason.
really like put together. Yeah.
See,
Curiosity killed the cat.
I remember whenever I would go to Blockbuster, I would never like just walk around the store. I would just go to the sections I needed to go to,
Mhm.
because if I walked by the horror movie section,
You'd get shook.
yeah, some of the like box
Covers.
covers would freak me out. Like I'd be like, "Oh no, I can't believe I looked at it. I'm not going to sleep tonight."
I never felt that way. My mom wouldn't let me get like the scary movies. Sometimes when Patricia would like sleep over, she'd let us get a scary movie,
Oh my god.
and we would always be so excited.
See, because growing up, I was scared of
Yeah.
scary movies. Like I didn't start watching horror movies until I was in college. So I was always like, I'm not going to sleep tonight if I see that.
I feel like I remember just going straight to the snacks.
How long would they let us rent it for?
I swear it was like 3 days or something.
No.
No?
I want to even say like 30.
No, I think it was like a week or two, and they gave you like a 1 week grace period after that. Whereas if you turned it in late, they wouldn't charge you. But then if it was more than a week late, then you would get like a fee. Cause I would do that all the time. Like I would like get something and then like return it like the last day before they would start. Before they started charging fees.
I did just Google Blockbuster did not carry porn in their stores. So
Very good.
yeah.
So that's another business. It's probably empty. Video stores.
I swear I saw an article earlier, maybe even today, where it was like Blockbuster might be making a comeback, and here's why.
How
That's
would
a
that
good
work?
thing. I'm not sure. I didn't click on the article.
I think they're
I just, like,
changing their
scrolled past
business model or something.
Yeah, I could see that.
I think if they had like a snack section, I would just go there for that.
What, like a Party City?
No, like
Party City has a snack section.
They have a candy section.
Yeah,
you
but it
just
wouldn't
go
be
to
the same
Dollar
thing.
Tree. They got a snack section.
Can you imagine you walk into Blockbuster
All the
and
off-brand
they're like,
ones.
video section to the left, snack section to the right, and it's like those big old tubs that you see at like stores with like 6 pounds of Swedish fish, and you have to lift it up and scoop them
Oh
out.
yeah.
when Twilight was like a big thing back then, they had at Blockbuster they had like these big posters of like either Team Jacob or Team Edward. And one time I convinced my dad to buy me the Team Jacob one. It was huge, and I had it in my room for like throughout high school.
Were you actually Team Jacob, or you
Of
just
course.
wanted
Zaddy.
this sexy man on your wall?
Literally, well, I was both. I wanted this sexy man on my wall, but I was Team Jacob all the way.
Okay, I was also Team Jacob when I was in high school, just because I thought he was so hot.
Mm-hmm.
But now, as an adult, I am Team Edward all the way. I was going to say Team Robert, but
I just thought he was toxic.
so was Jacob. Excuse me.
Name one time.
He imprinted on her daughter.
That too. But in like the later two of the series, he's toxic. He's toxic too. Okay. Even in New Moon, because he's like mean to Bella when he becomes a wolf.
But he's only mean to Bella because Bella wants to become a vampire. For the wrong reasons, to be with Edward for the rest of her life.
The love of her life.
Okay, but
Ugh,
it's
like-
just you're changing yourself for a man.
Yeah, but he like goes about it the wrong way.
Yeah. He could have handled it better.
Yeah, because he's basically like, you dumb bitch. It's his like.
That's exactly
Point of
what it
view.
was like.
Okay, but then also
He was
Edward.
gaslighting her. Okay.
But also Edward is like, I don't want to hurt you, so I'm going to leave you after making you fall in love with me.
Yeah, he's
shit.
trying to protect her.
He was trying to let her move on with her life and not become a vampire.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, Jacob is, he was by that philosophy. If you love something, let it go.
No, Edward was.
Oh,
I said
yeah.
Jacob.
Sorry. I
And
meant
Jacob
Edward.
was like, I'm going to hold on to you as tight as I can and never let you go.
I'm just saying, I liked it when they were playing baseball. That's about all I know about anything.
That is a pretty cool scene.
So, if you could turn into a werewolf or a vampire, which would you choose
A
and
vampire.
why?
Is this like from the Twilight universe? Like that type of werewolf or vampire?
Yes, unless you want to use a different one.
In the Twilight universe, vampire. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be shiny in the sun.
Sparkly. And they're really fast and strong. And with the werewolves, you have to have your hair short because the length of your hair is the length of your fur when you're a wolf. And I don't want to have short hair.
Really?
Oh, that was the whole thing.
That's why the one girl wolf, she has like really short hair.
That makes sense. I would be a vampire.
That's why.
all the
That's
way.
the whole reason why Jacob cuts his long hair, because
Ah.
it would be too long for his fur when he's a wolf.
Dang, he'd be like Snuffleupagus, just walking around, big old fur everywhere.
Yeah,
Goodness.
like Chewbacca, but a wolf.
I would
Yeah,
be a vampire.
I feel like vampires are just OP in that series because they're the main
OP?
ones, you know? Like,
Overpowered.
Oh.
No, but I mean, they fight the werewolves are pretty a good matchup. You would think that they're not, but like from the battles they do, they're kind of even level playing field.
I don't want to be a vampire, but I want to be an Italian vampire. Yes. Wasn't there a council or something? Weren't they?
Yeah,
Italian?
the Volturi.
The Volturi.
Yeah, I want to be a Mario vampire.
They don't even have like Italian accents though.
A little
I
bit.
I would have the most Italian accent.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think I'd have to go with vampire as well. Because I did like how in in the Twilight series they eat animals. Like
They're vegetarian, as in
Yeah.
they eat animals instead of humans.
like they don't necessarily have to go for human blood, which is like appealing. Like, all right, I don't need to be killing someone every.
Nah, you would
night
kill someone.
You?
if I had to.
I would. I think I would be a mix between two.
You can't.
Why not?
That's not how it works. Pick one or the other.
I mean,
A vamp
I'm all
wolf?
about treat yourself, but like, you know, you gotta have like some self control.
Oh wait, I thought you meant. Never
Like
mind.
be a vamp wolf?
I thought
I
you
thought
meant
that's
you
what
would
you
be
meant.
both a vampire and a wolf. I was like, you can't
No,
do that.
I
You
meant,
can't
like,
just break the rules.
Being a vampire, like,
You're
I
like
would,
being eating humans and eating animals.
yeah, more animals than humans.
Yeah, that's how they all start off.
It'd
That's
be like,
what-
it's my
that's what they all
birthday.
say.
I'm gonna go find a human.
The humans would taste so good to you that you would not want to eat animals.
Yeah, but McDonald's tastes so good to me too. You don't see me eating it every day.
That's because we gave it up for lunch. Or else we'd be there.
No, but even then, like, I wouldn't eat it every day. At max, I was eating it like once a week, which is still bad. But
There were some times we had it more than once a week.
that because of you.
No,
Yes.
you're the one that would sometimes call me and be like, "So, what do you want from McDonald's? I'm in the drive-through line."
It's because my gym is next to a McDonald's. Those bastards.
Actually, yeah, I remember that story where you asked Sam if she wanted McDonald's and she said no, and you're like, all right, I'm picking you up.
You said, "Do you want McDonald's?" I was like, "No," and you're like, "Okay, text me your order." And I did.
You're like,
She did.
It worked.
I miss McDonald's. This is the first thing I'm gonna eat on
It's almost.
Easter.
It's almost.
It's
I
still like
guess,
2
2
weeks away.
That's true.
It's gonna be the weekend I get my wisdom teeth out.
Dang, you better
puree
get.
it for
You better
you.
drink McDonald's milkshakes. Is what?
Yeah.
Man, I missed the Shamrock Shot.
Blend up my burger.
You want to get
Puree.
a Big Mac shake, please?
I'll bring you some puree diets from the hospital.
Okay.
I mean, we got a blender. Just throw it in.
Yeah, I have a little magic bullet too.
Ooh. Do you know any tricks?
And the magic bullet?
I'll buy you some
Magic
baby
tricks?
Do you remember when we used to do magic tricks as kids? Because I had like a magic kit.
Heck yeah, I was the rawest one.
What
I was so good
kind
at
of magic tricks?
Well, actually, during Thanksgiving we found a bunch of like videos from when we were younger, and there's one of us, me and David, doing a magic show, and we do one where we make a salt shaker disappear. Sadie was watching, and she genuinely was like, "How did you guys do that? Like, I don't get it." But she was really young. But
We're
it was like
yeah,
it was
you're
really
dumb.
satisfying that like we got away with the tricks and she couldn't figure them out.
We're like, yeah, you're dumb. We're magic.
Yeah.
Live with it.
Magicians.
Dream job, magician.
What would be your magician outfit?
Top hat.
I would
guess
dress like a baddie.
Would you wear a cape or would you have one of those like old timey suits that goes like all the way down? With
That's
the
what I
old-timey
was
V cut?
thinking.
Yeah.
The one with the tails.
Yeah.
Old timey
Mhm.
suits, but I'm just wondering what my color scheme would be. Probably green and purple. You know, I love talking
I
about
know.
that.
I'd
The
have like
Joker.
I'd have a red bow tie.
I mean, not
Like
those
Willy
types of
Wonka?
greens, but like forest green and like royal purple. Well, I guess that's still.
I was that is like Joker
It still
color.
sounds like Joker.
Hey man, Joker's got style.
Did you ever want to be a magician?
No. I think when I realized that magic wasn't real, I was like, oh no, being a magician's not cool. I don't want to be a magician.
So cool.
How'd you take it when you found out WWE wasn't real?
Here's the thing, like when I would watch it as a kid, I'd be like, no way this is fake. It's so real. Like that
They're
looks so
doing it.
real. And then in college I went back and watched it. I'm like, oh, this is definitely fake.
They're like pulling punches and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it was until college that I realized it was fake. Like up until then, I thought it was all
Like,
real.
Like WrestleMania.
Yeah, I knew a couple of guys that would like tune into it every week. Like They were there on Mondays, Monday Night Raw.
I did have a period where I would watch Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. Probably for a good at least year or two.
But like what age?
Oh, I mean like kid age.
Oh, no, he's talking
Yeah.
about in college.
Yeah.
Oh, some people love it, dude. And like, even they know, obviously. But they're just like, it's
Yeah.
their thing, you know? They love the storylines.
No, even, I mean, I guess it's been like a year now, but I like got back into watching some of the wrestling recently, like in the
What?
past like 3 years. Because it was fun to watch. And I would do like my nails while I'm watching it. Me and Jocelyn would watch some episodes actually of wrestling, and it'd be like Rey Mysterio, and now his son Dominic is
Oh,
like
yeah,
old
they-
and he's in the wrestling world now too, and so they would do like tag team matches. There was
Yeah.
one episode where I guess Rey Mysterio has like some rival, I forget his name, but it was Rey Mysterio and his son in a tag team match against his rival and some other guy.
Yeah.
And at some point, like Rey Mysterio's entire family, his wife and his daughter and his son, are beating up this guy with like these wooden sticks they got from underneath the stage.
Yup.
And it's just like the whole Rey Mysterio family beating up this man. And it was
Yeah.
really good.
As it should be.
Wow.
Dude, the Mexicans were always so passionate on that. They always had great scripts, I guess. Loved Rey Mysterio. Eddie Guerrero was dope.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. We lie, we cheat, we steal. Viva la raza. Those are some good times. Godly.
I remember I used to I had a small TV in my room when I was little, and I would want to watch like Monday Night Raw, but it was late at night, and so
Yeah.
my mom wouldn't want, she would want me to be asleep. So I'd be watching it, and then if I heard her like walking down the hall, like about to come to my room, I'd turn it off really quick and pretend to be asleep, and she'd like open the door and then walk away, and then I would turn it back on.
Dude, that was the move that was the beautiful thing about the Nintendo DS. Because since you could close it and turn the light off,
Yeah.
that was one that came out, dude. I was pulling that like every night, dude. I would hear the creak, pull the cover over your head, hide it under your pillow,
I'm asleep.
wake up. They leave, you'd be out for like 2 more hours. They'd be none the wiser.
Yep.
See, my bedroom was right next to my parents' room, so it was a lot harder for me. Like, if I had the TV on, I would have to put something underneath by the door, so the light wouldn't go under the crack.
Right.
But yeah, I had to play with the volume all the way off.
Yeah, who knows if I was even getting away with it. Maybe my mom knew I was awake.
They're like,
but
whatever.
just didn't say anything.
We'll let them have it.
Yeah.
I
always,
Go ahead.
well, I was just going to say, I always wonder, like, as a kid, you probably feel like you get away with so many things,
Yes.
but I wonder how many things your parents actually know about and just choose to, like, not acknowledge, or, like, that you think you're getting away with it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
I'm-
just like, I'm not gonna get out of bed again. He can
Yeah.
stay playing.
I stole $50 from my mom's purse one time,
What?
and she didn't notice.
I never did anything like
Yeah, I
that.
think I
No.
Evil.
I did steal $50, but like she didn't notice, and I told her like 2 years ago, and she was like, "I was wondering one time, like."
She remembers the very
Dang.
specific time.
Yeah. But my mom, like, I feel like she's kind of clueless with stuff like that.
What'd you do with the money?
I don't know. I probably just bought snacks for like a month, like at school.
So you didn't have any reason to steal it. You were just like, oh, I want that $50.
Yep.
Damn.
Evil.
Opportunity
And I do
rose,
it
I
again.
guess.
See, because if I ever needed money, I would always ask for it. I never like took it. Like I've never stolen money from my parents.
Mm-mm.
Good for you.
And they would always just give us the money, so
Yeah.
I guess it worked out.
Worked out.
And like my parents would always give me more money than I needed. So if anything, I would try to spend as
Little as possible.
yeah, as little as possible.
So you could have as much left over for something else.
Exactly. So the next time I don't have to ask my parents for money. I already got, $15 from the last time they gave me 20.
I would always try to spend as much of the money as they gave me because they'd always be like, "Me
Give me the
traes el
change."
cambio, eh?"
Yeah, your parents would do that.
They would have been like, "Dang, bro, you really want this $4.36, bro? I could buy her Cheetos like
That's
8
for
times.
McChickens. Back then.
Honestly, I feel like I always gave my parents back the change, but they never asked me to. But I would be like, I can't keep this. I'm only gonna spend what I said I was gonna spend.
Yeah, I think it depended on how much change I had left. Like if my dad gave me a 50 and I have $45 left, I'm gonna give him that back. But if he gave me like a 20, I'd probably just keep it. But like, yeah, if he gave me like a 50 and there's only $4 left, I'm just gonna keep that.
No, I'd give them back down to the coins. Here you go. And they'd be
Yeah.
like, I don't want the coins. I'd be like, take it.
You're like, I don't need them.
My mom would ask me for my mom would ask me for the change back, but my dad wouldn't. So I would just give my mom her change back. But when my dad just gave me money, I would just keep it all.
So would you just go to your dad to ask for money more than your mom?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I would still get money, the money that I need.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I guess I should have asked for my dad some money all the time.
I definitely lean towards asking my mom for money because she would forget sometimes to ask for the change. So I'd be like, "Yep, I got $6 for myself."
So, how do you guys feel about allowances? Would you give your kid an allowance?
Yes, I think money management skills are good, and I think that's a good way to teach them about it. Obviously,
Yeah.
it'd be a system, and I'd have to think about it.
Yeah, like I'd have to put more thought into it, but I would want them to probably do some sort of like chores.
Yeah,
And
to
then I'll give
earn it.
them money.
Yeah, it wouldn't be like for me personally, it wouldn't be like a weekly thing. It would be like, okay, like if you do this and get this done, I will give you $10.
Mm.
See, because I would want to do an allowance with my kids because I always wish I had an allowance.
Yeah.
Like when I
'Cause
would,
it sucks having to ask for money all the time.
yeah. And yeah, like that's a good thing is like it does teach money management. Like if you're only getting $5 a week, you're gonna learn how to make that $5 last. Yeah.
Yeah, or save it up throughout the weeks to buy the big thing you want to buy.
Yeah.
The only thing with that is that I also wouldn't want like my kid to be like, what the hell, I'm doing this and you're not giving me any money. Like, I don't know.
What do you mean?
The people like, as my kids living in like the same roof under me, like you should want to like help out around the house without like asking for anything in return. I think that would be the only thing, but
Like you're saying you would want them to do chores and not pay them?
yeah, like I wouldn't want them to expect something out of me for them like cleaning around the house.
Like
Well,
that
that's
just
what
should
the
be
allowance is for.
what they
Yeah.
need to do because
Right, because it's like responsibilities.
Right,
But-
like you don't want them thinking like their chores is like kind of like a job. Like they're only doing it because they're getting something out of it.
Right.
I mean, but kids, they're not gonna want to do them regardless. So
yeah. I think you could, I guess, maybe do the allowance thing still, but then not just give them $5 a week regardless if they cleaned or not. But if they didn't clean, it's like, well, you can't leave the house because you didn't clean. You can't go hang out with your friends
like
because
external
blah blah
or
blah.
whatever.
Yeah.
or another system I've like seen or whatever, or like heard people talk about is like, let's say you start off a little bit higher, like maybe instead of with $5 every week, you're like $10 every week. But every time I catch your room is not clean or you haven't done something, it's like $1 gets shaved off. And then at the end, it's like, oh, you had a good week. You got $8 out of $10 or something. Like, maybe do a little better next time. You only got $2 this week.
See, I've also seen systems where they'll have like the money ready and they'll be like, if you do this chore, you'll get, this $5
$5,
bill. If you
whatever.
do this chore, you'll get this $3. And I actually don't like that, nor do I like taking money off because I think that just goes with the point. Like, yeah, you're not teaching your kids to do their chores. Like, you're teaching them to do it because they're getting a reward. And yeah, I think I would keep the allowance and the chores like independent. Like, you're going to get this money no matter what, but you also got to do these chores.
I think tying them together, kind of.
I think it also depends on the
Oh,
kid.
the kid.
Yeah.
Like if
the
you're already
situation,
if you're
yeah.
trying the independent thing and it's not working, then it's like, all right, well, I'm gonna stop giving you an allowance because the house
You're-
is a mess
yeah.
and you're
Yeah.
not cleaning your room or
And like
whatever.
each kid could be different too, where it's like, oh, this works better this way.
Yeah, because I think I'd want to keep them independent unless it became, like an issue. Then it's like, oh, well, this is more serious. I'm taking the allowance away.
Or like another cool thing I saw was like a tweet where like this one dude was like, I challenged he might have been like 4, 5, 6 years old or something. Every time he reads a book, I give him $1. And it's like, he thinks he's like stealing he thinks he's getting a good deal out of it, but really like every time he reads a book, he's getting like smarter and all that stuff. Like, so maybe little side quests to,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's like smart as heck. Like, he's like, yeah, I've already paid him out like $56 this year or something. And it was like towards the end of the year. And it's like, dang, that kid's reading a lot.
Yeah.
And thinks he's like, my dad's such a sucker. I got another $1.
Yeah, he gave me $50. It's like, do you know how many hours you spent reading those 50 books?
Exactly. And the dad's like, dude, that's just gonna. But it's like he's like, obviously he doesn't frame it that way for the kid. It's just like, you gotta make them think. You always gotta make kids think that they're like with what you were saying earlier. Like, they think they're getting away with it, but it's like, obviously the adult's always smarter in that situation.
So, did we all live in dorms our freshman year of college?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lived in like an apartment.
I had an apartment, but it was like dorms.
It was a townhouse, so I had 3 roommates, and it was like in a complex, but it was pretty much like 2 bedrooms and a bathroom dorm. So it was like separate. I didn't get the floor dorm experience.
Mine was through by school, but it was like an apartment, and we had like multiple people there.
Did you have to share your bedroom with someone?
I did.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
With one person.
So, what is something that you remember experiencing where you were like, oh, this person never did chores as a kid?
Oh.
And like, I'll start. So, my freshman year, I was in a dorm. It was 4 floors. It was the basement floor, first, second, third, and there was 2 sides of it. And each side had its own laundry room. Mm-hmm. The laundry room had 6 washers and 6 dryers. So it's not a lot of washers and dryers compared to how many people are there, but it was better than some of the other dorms. And I remember this one time, 2 of the washers were not working because these people put so much clothes into the machine that they filled it to the top that the water just spilled all over. Like, the washer just stopped working because they filled it up too much. And I'm like, this person has never done laundry in their life.
They just have like no idea.
Yeah.
Or it's like you would always have those people who burnt popcorn in the freaking dorm kitchenette, and then everyone has to leave at like 2 a.m, and you're like,
honestly, I can't think of anything like that happened at the dorms.
There was someone at my school. Again, I didn't live in a dorm, so that wasn't a situation like that I would have been involved in, but they knew someone who in their dorm on their floor wanted to make ramen noodles, but didn't know you had to put water in the cup. So they put it in the microwave and like set it off, and so it just like burnt.
Are you sure that wasn't Leo?
Oh, maybe I'm confounding them.
I guess Leo.
But I think that might have happened it was like something, or a mac and cheese, like one of those things where it's like you need to add water, but they're just like, oh, magic, it works, and they were like 18 years old.
Okay, well, my little brother did that when I don't know how old he was. He would have been like maybe middle school age. And I was like, okay, Leo, I'm going to teach you how to make a sopa maruchan by yourself in the microwave so that way you can stop asking me to make them for you all the time. And he was like, okay. And I was like, okay, open the package, fill up water to the line, put it in the microwave for 3 minutes. And that's it, pretty much.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, I got it.
He did not got it.
He did not got it. He forgot the water step, and then he just burned. He burned the maruchan like the styrofoam was melted.
And this was in middle school?
Yeah.
So you were just making a sopa maruchans up until middle school?
Yeah.
How old are you in middle school? Like 12?
Honestly, this might have been even older. No, it was probably him in middle school, yeah. It was like
gosh.
well past the age that he should have been making
I feel like
his
it's a
own.
very Leo thing.
But I think he was like probably overthinking the steps, that he just was like, oh yeah, I got it. And then, or maybe he thought it was like too easy, that he was just like, oh, I don't need to remember what she said. Like, I got it. I don't know. We should interview him and ask.
He's like, water? No, I want mine crunchy. So I want it on the crunchier. I want it al dente. He thought to himself.
And like, it's crazy because like, then he like doesn't know that in order to like cook pasta, you have to boil it in water.
Yeah.
So that just mind blows me.
At least he'll never forget now.
You would think.
Well, you live and you learn.
But I did that once too, but I was younger. I was in elementary school, somewhere between like 6 and 8.
Okay, see, that would make more sense to me.
Cause it was me and my cousin Aramis. We were at my grandma's house, and it was like 8 or 9 in the morning, and they were all still like in bed. And I was like, dude, I'm hungry. I want a ramen. And he's like, I make it all the time. I'm like, then let's make one. And so we like take it out of, it was a cup ramen. So we take it out of the like box, whatever. And then we're like trying to decide what to do with it. And I'm like, oh, I think you just keep the plastic on. Like just put it in the microwave. And he's like, that sounds right. So we put it in the microwave, put like two minutes. And like, we had to stop the microwave because when we opened it, it was like burning, and the plastic like shriveled up and like made a hole in the side of the cup, and the ramen was completely black, and we just threw it out. Yeah. And then my aunt came down a few minutes later, and we were like, "We're hungry. Can you make us a ramen?"
Why did Arami say that he made them all the time? If he didn't know how to make it.
He's like, this is just how we make them. It works at my house.
Because he said he knew, but I'm the one that made the suggestion to keep the plastic on.
And he's like,
and maybe he was like just doubting himself. Yeah. Like, Oscar probably knows too. That could be right. I do think Leo at least took the plastic off.
There, he's like, I have to do something, right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
There's got to be more to it.
Oh, Leo.
Maybe it was in middle school. I'll have to ask him, but I really feel like it was middle school.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was middle school.
Because I remember I was like, you're old enough to make it yourself. I shouldn't be making it for you anymore, so I'm going to explain it to you.
I'm pretty sure when my sister was like 6, I taught her how to like cook rice. So she figured it out.
I didn't learn how to cook rice until like college.
No. I would only teach her stuff because like my mom would make me do it and I didn't want to do it, so I would make her do it. I'd be like, you want to learn something cool?
So did your mom try to make you learn how to cook?
Yeah, she'd always make me like watch her cook or help her cook.
Yeah, your parents are the ones that say you can't get married so you know how to cook, right?
I can cook. They say I can get married now. But I hate cooking, and I think it's because my mom would force me to cook. That's why I hate it. So it's her fault.
See,
so it's her fault.
Our parents never forced us to cook, and I think that's why I love cooking.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why, because I hate cooking. I'll do it to like survive, but I'm never like, oh my gosh, like I'm so excited to cook this.
You were never forced to help, but I was forced to help sometimes. But then I would do a bad job, and then my mom would be like, never mind, and she wouldn't ask me to help anymore.
Yeah, I think that's why they glossed over me too, because they're like, yeah, este no capta, he's not getting it, dude. And then Sadi they're like, oh, she's good.
Yeah,
she's better.
Like my mom would ask me to like cut up a tomato, and then she wouldn't like how I did it, and she'd be like, never mind, just go do something else.
I'm like, what?
I could only do the very simple things like peel the tomatillos, which I hated.
Oh,
doing.
That was my job though, and I hated it because then your fingers smell
so
like
sticky,
booty.
And they're so sticky. I hated it.
Have you guys ever like snuck out your house?
I have not.
No.
No.
See, I was like a goody as a kid, and like I could not imagine like sneaking out.
Yeah.
And like I didn't really live near anything or anyone, so I'm like,
that's true.
I need someone to pick me up.
If I were to sneak out, where would I go?
Yeah, I was like, I didn't drive, so it's like I'd get outside and be like, what next?
Yeah, I would just be scared. It would be dark. There's deer out there.
How many times have you snuck out?
I think I've snuck out at least like 3 times.
What would you be doing?
Well, I think in like middle school we used to live like in apartments, so I think like some of my friends we snuck out, but to go to like the park because they had like a little park, and I remember like the front door was so fucking squeaky.
They always are.
And so like I had a technique, like I would like have to like I would put like spray oil on like the hinges.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, and I would have to like open it like fast with force so it didn't make like any noises. And for the most part I was like scared. I was like, fuck, they're gonna like catch me. I'm like, because I would always take my phone and I'm like, there's a chance that they might like call me and be like, where the fuck are you? So I never got caught. But yeah, I would meet my friends at the park, and it would be like really late at night. And then me and my friend Patricia sometimes would sneak out, and literally like there was like a 10-minute walk, and you would hit a Kroger, like by where I used to live, and we would go to Kroger. But we would go to Kroger at like 3 in the morning.
Was it 24/7?
It was 24/7, and I'm like, man, how did we not get abducted? But yeah, nothing to do like anything crazy, just to go to Kroger or the park.
Yeah, no, we didn't do that. I would say the only thing that was like semi like that, I feel like I vaguely remember one time we were out and our mom told us to be home by a certain time, but we were out like an hour later than that, and she called and asked where we were, and we just were like, we're on our way, we promise, but like we stayed out a little longer. But yeah.
Yeah, I came to learn that my mom basically let me do whatever I wanted as long as I told her what I was doing. So, like, I would tell her, like, if I was at a party, you know, and people were, like, drinking or smoking, like, I would tell her, I'd be like, yeah, I was at this party and people were doing this stuff, but, I mean, I wasn't. She'd just be like, okay.
Yeah.
And were you?
No, I wasn't.
Oh.
I didn't drink or smoke until I was 21.
Yeah, for me it was just the it was not sneaking out, but like sneaking in. Like when I would come late after hours when I knew I should have been home way earlier and I was drunk. I'd be like and my house would be creaking, that front door is creaking, and then to get to my room I had to get through the whole thing, and I'm like, oh, they definitely heard me. It's like 2:30 in the morning, and I'm also like first time being under the influence of anything, like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna get it? And then the next one they'd be like, oh, how was it? And I'd be like, it was great.
But your parents sleep on the second floor, don't they?
Yeah, but like they don't have like a door, like so it's like open air pretty much, so like you can still hear below. So it almost felt like, I mean, my mom she seems like a heavy sleeper, but she would always be the one like, oh, I heard you come in at like 2 something, and I'm like, oh. My dad would be knocked the heck out.
Do you think you would be that parent that would stay up until your kid got back?
I think I would be, not by choice, but like I would be too, like I would be too anxious because I'd be worried about them. That's how I think I would be.
I agree.
So I wouldn't be able to fall asleep until I heard them come home.
I just feel like so much could go wrong.
Yeah.
So I would be like worried.
Depends on what I have planned the next day.
Even like when Leo graduated high school and he like went to a graduation party with like all the high school friends and he was there late, like I couldn't fall asleep until he got home, and as soon as I heard him get home I fell asleep. So yeah, I don't know, I get too worried about them, the children.
The children.
I don't even have children yet.
I feel like he's kind of like, I don't know, like growing up, would you ever have to like take care of him?
I mean, yeah, I guess I would babysit once we were old enough to like not go to my grandma's house all the time. I'd watch my little brother and sister.
So they're your children too.
So here's the thing. I don't think I would intentionally, but I'm a night owl by nature. And I think that did happen a couple times in high school where I remember one time specifically, I came home and I was drunk. And I like try to sneak in or whatever, and then I opened the door, and my dad, also a night owl, just happened to be up watching TV. So I like walked over and I had like a 5-minute conversation with him trying to act normal, and I went to sleep. I was like, oh yes, I made it. But I'm sure in his head he was like, he was drunk, but whatever, I'll let him have it. So yeah, I would probably be that annoying. I mean, not annoying in the sense, but from the kid's perspective, like,
it'd be annoying because
like,
he's up.
I'm nervous, whatever.
Yeah.
But I would just be like playing video games or like watching TV, like, oh hey, what's up? I would think, but who knows?
I think depending on how late they were out, I'd probably just send them a text, be like, hey, I'm tired, I'm going to bed. Just lock the door when you get back. I would just like ask them the next day, so what time did you get back?
Yeah, my mom still does that to us when we go to Painesville, like, because we'll go to Painesville and obviously stay at her house, but we'll go out at night with our friends and sometimes come back like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and she'll be like, oh, what time did you get back? I'm like, I don't know, I think like 2.
It was 4, no.
Yeah, well, last time it was 4 when I went most recently.
So if, let's say you have a high schooler, would you let them have a party with alcohol?
I was gonna ask the same thing. Like, if you have a kid in high school, would you let them drink, and like to what extent, or like, would you get mad if you found out they were drinking, etc.?
I mean, I would probably rather they do it in a safe, controlled environment. So I would probably be more open to. You can have a couple friends over, but it would also. It would never be like, oh, I'm covering for all. Like, I would almost like to think that the other people's parents would be on the same page at least and be like keys in a bowl so that no one was driving home after. So I'd probably take something like that approach.
Mm-hmm.
But I would try to be like the cool parent. You know, I'm not gonna immediately rule it out, but obviously, if it became a problem, then
Yeah.
revisit.
So no wild party, just like a drink or two.
A kickback.
Yeah,
I'd be like, yeah,
with like 3-4 friends, not like
Yeah.
20.
maybe even like 6, 8, whatever. Just like
You're like, if my kid's popular, they're
yeah,
popular.
yeah. But fuck, I don't want to be the boner to ruin them being popular. But yeah, no project acts, no nothing. Like again, I'm do the assumption that we're going out of town. Don't do anything crazy. Like don't break the trust. You know.
Yeah,
That's hopefully the
thing. Don't break
relationship.
the trust. And I wouldn't necessarily want my high schooler to be drinking, but I would want them to drink. If they are going to drink, at least drink with me the first time they drink, so that they can understand their
The
limits and stuff.
feelings, yeah.
Like, as I never drank until I was in college, and so the first time I drank, I went way overboard, and it was a really bad night.
Yeah, yeah.
And I had never had that experience prior. It was like when I was a freshman, so I was with like one person that I knew well from like high school, but
Right.
everyone else was like people I just met. So I'm not even with close people. Like, luckily they were all good people, and it was like a safe environment, but that might not have been the case if they weren't nice people.
Yeah, right. Yeah, a lot of things can go wrong.
Yeah.
And I also definitely ran into some trouble like freshman year, just because I wasn't, like you were saying,
Like, it all depends.
good
Like,
drinking habits or whatever.
Mhm.
Or just had no experience with it, and you would go to a party with,
people you think are your
friends.
friends, but then they might not actually be there for you if you need them to be, and stuff like that.
that, or even just kind of like what we were talking about in their friend group. Maybe they have been drinking during their senior year or something, even a handful of times, but like they have more intel on
Mm-hmm.
how they, whereas we're like, oh, whatever, this is gonna be great, let me take 2 shots,
Yeah.
and then you're like, no good.
What about you, Marisol? You gonna let your kids drink?
She looks like
That's-
it's a no.
That's a no from me, dog. I just don't think I will be the parent who will let them have a party with alcohol in it. I think I would let my kid drink in a family setting,
Mm-hmm.
but not too crazy. Like sometimes my parents would let me have a glass of wine if we're all cheering or champagne and stuff like that. However, I would want to keep an open communication, because I know they will meet other kids who maybe their parents do let them drink.
Mm-hmm.
And I would be like that. I mean, it's gonna happen. You're gonna go to a party where there's alcohol, and because this is something my parents have always told me and my brother, if you get drunk while you're hanging out with your friends, that's fine. Don't feel like you're scared to tell me, but please let me know that you're drinking, and then that way we can pick you up. Never be afraid to wake us up or bother us. Always let us know.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll be the parent hosting the party
Yeah.
for them to drink, but I would also want to tell them the same thing.
Right.
If you are drinking, just let me know. I can
Yeah.
pick you up.
Right. So I would want that type of communication. But no, I don't think I would be the parent who would get my kids alcohol to throw a party. But I would let them drink in family settings.
Actually, I changed my answer. I would actually get a personal keg, and every friend that came over would have to do a keg stand before entering the house. No.
No, yeah, I probably wouldn't let my kids drink until they're at least a junior in high school. And even then, it would, probably only at family settings. And if it was with friends, sure, not regularly. Maybe
Oh, yeah.
once a semester, if that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm not hosting them every weekend. Don't worry.
yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely important to let them know how big of a responsibility it comes with drinking,
Yeah.
especially at a young
And they're
age.
developing. It's like also probably wouldn't be afraid to have a conversation like, here's some photos of what can happen. Here's a fatty liver. Starting at 17.
Fatty liver.
I thought you were gonna say like of you when you were raised.
Oh no! Like, you know,
Do you want this to be?
do you want to be just like Pops?
Like he's like doing like a slideshow and it's like people with bad livers and then it's a picture of him.
And it's just me like shirtless, and I'm just like
It's that video
like
from last week.
wincing.
It's the video from last week.
Do you want to end up like this guy, and it's just me on the projector like?
So starting today, anytime any of us get fucked up, I'm taking a picture so that when I have kids, I'm
Oh,
like, you
fine.
want to be like
I
this
You want to be
person?
like cool Uncle Dave?
You want to be like your Aunt Sammy? Her head is in the toilet. Then if you took a picture of me last weekend,
You show them that video of me like against the wall, like
struggling.
the flash wakes me up, and I'm like zombie mode. Do you want to be like cool as heck like me, like when I was your age? No.
You want to be like this guy sitting with vomit all over his lap?
Look,
No.
look at your Uncle Leo.
He threw up red all over the living room.
Never eat hot Cheetos before you drink. Rule
Or
number one.
Oreos.
Oh gosh. Oh.
Would you guys let your high schooler get like a piercing?
Yes.
Sure.
No, I'm sorry.
Dang, you're the.
I
I see you
know.
differently now.
Damn, yeah. I didn't know you
okay,
were
You're the
only
strict
because-
parent.
traditional.
Prude.
No, because like as like a teen, all of my friends had belly piercings, and like I wanted one so fucking bad, and my parents wouldn't let me have it, and I was like, you guys are literally like the worst ever. Like, what is this gonna do to me? And honestly, I'm glad that they didn't like let me have one, because like I wouldn't want one now.
Well, you could just take it out and the hole
I
would
know,
close.
but like I'm just glad I didn't like do all that for like me to not want it. I don't know.
So you
I
want?
see what you're saying, because I think back in when we were in high school, gauges were in, and I feel like there was a point where I was like, oh, getting gauges would be cool, but that's a big step.
That's a big step, yeah. I don't think I'd allow gauges, but like a piercing, sure. And
I
I
think-
guess it depends where. Like a belly button piercing, I would let them. I used to want one when I was in high school too, and my mom was like, if you can ask your grandma, and if your grandma says yes, then you can get one. I was like, I'm not gonna ask my grandma. Of course she's not gonna say yes. And ultimately, I am happy I never got it pierced, but like I also would have been happy if I did get it pierced. Like I know I would have been happy at the time.
I
if
used
I
to
did get
want
it
like
pierced.
my belly button, my nose, and my eyebrow. Like I wanted it so bad, and I would always ask my parents, and they would say no. I'm a big believer, like, you know, once you turn 18, if you really felt that way still, like, of course, do it, because you're 18, like, you can do whatever you want. But, like, I'm glad they didn't let me, because for a long time, I was like, you know what, I could do, like, my nose, like, by myself, or I could find someone that could just do it. But I was scared, like, they might find out. And now I'm glad I didn't, because then I would be, like, here, in my eyebrow, and my nose, and my belly.
It's not like you would still have them all.
I know, but I'm just glad I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Imagine me, I'm like, oh, you really want that? Ask your grandma. And my mom would be like, sí, yeah, te llevo. She would drive them.
Yo también.
Yeah, for real. So that wouldn't work for my case, but
Yeah, I would let my kids get piercings, like ear piercings. Yeah, belly button. Yeah, nose. I think it would depend. Like if they want like a cow nose ring, no. But like
Yeah.
if they want just like a little one on the side, yeah, why not?
I agree.
But
it's-
like,
Like
yeah,
septum, no. The side piercing, sure.
Yeah.
Eyebrow, probably no.
yeah, probably
that one's
not.
a tough sell, because I'm like,
Or lip, like no.
Yeah,
'Cause
no.
I would just
you
be
remember
like,
that was a thing?
I
Or,
would
like,
just be
down
like,
here?
I would tell them honestly, like, those look really trashy, so don't
Yeah,
do it.
just be brutally honest. But like, but they're in, but like,
Ah,
They were
shit.
in
My
when I
kids
was
are
in-
going to be like, Oscar and Sam. Let them do it.
Yeah.
Why not
Yeah.
us?
And I would let them do whatever in their ears. I have so many ear piercings.
Yeah, I would be fine with the ears.
But like, well, like even when I turned 18, I did in fact go get a piercing. I got my tragus, but it's like in my ear area still, so like not anything crazy, but not like I don't think my mom let me get it before then.
So it's funny that we're talking about this, because I actually do remember in my dream last night, I had gone to a place to get my ears pierced, but at the last minute backed out because I was like, I don't know if I'm like gonna like this or not. And I think a lot of that stems from not being allowed to have it when I was growing up, because I think I did want to get my or no, I never expressed interest, but I was like, oh, that's cool or whatever. But then my dad would always joke like, if you ever come home with an ear piercing, I'm gonna buy you a skirt to match. So annoying. So I would just like roll my eyes, whatever. And I had
and
no
you were like, I didn't even say I wanted an ear
and I would
piercing.
always say,
Stop
I'm like,
bringing
I
it
don't
up.
want them, and it's not because of what you're saying. It's because I just don't care enough for it. But look at me now.
Yeah.
Years later, even in my dreams, can't get one. So I'm gonna let my kids express
Scarred.
themselves.
But I went to South Korea last summer with my little sister who was 17 and then 2 of my cousins who were 15 and 14. And I let all of them get ear piercings. And the youngest one, who's 14, she got 5 piercings in her ear.
Did they
Once,
ask
dude.
you like, or did you have to sign something for them?
No.
No, they just let them have it.
Yeah. They didn't ask our ages. We were like just in Korea.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I mean, I did tell them, because we like brought it up at the beginning of the week, I did tell them like, text your parents and ask them if it's okay, and then okay. Like,
Did you
like,
ask them to show you that their parents saying like it's okay?
No, but I trusted them to
trusted
not
them.
lie to me. I
Right.
don't think they would have lied, and they didn't. Because then when I got back, I talked about it with their like parents, and they were like, "Yeah, we knew." So, but I didn't. The one that got 5, I don't think she told her mom she was going to get 5. She just asked if she could get her ear pierced, and then
Came home with
Ow.
that.
came home with 5 because she got like.
That's a lot.
And she got like in her cartilage, like 1 in each cartilage, and then I think her doubles on each ear, and then maybe like 1 more in another cartilage spot or something like that.
Why did she go crazy? Like, were they cheaper?
Yeah, they're really
Oh.
cheap to get done in Korea.
And she
Go
was
off.
like, the opportunity's there, might as well.
Go
Yeah.
on then, girl.
All the
I did
ideas,
not
yeah.
ask my mom if my little sister could get it pierced. I just let her do it. She was 17. That's close
You're
to
like
Yeah.
close enough. Yeah. Like tattoos then.
No.
No?
Not before 18.
So I was thinking that too, but I was like, dude, Camille, that tattoo he has behind his ear, that's kind of raw as hell.
Yeah, his tattoos
Antonio,
are raw.
Antonio has a raw ass tattoo as well.
What does Antonio
I think
have?
he has something behind his ear too. I
Oh.
swear Antonio has something. But I'm like, dang, they do look raw. It wouldn't be like big old chest
Yeah.
thing maybe, but I guess
What?
depends on.
That's one I think I would just say, like, just wait until you're 18, and if you really want that done, then okay.
Yeah, realistically, that's probably how.
But I
would be
wouldn't
for
get
most
mad at
folks.
them if they're 18 and then they get a tattoo. I'd be like, okay.
I'm like, dang,
Ugh.
you had more balls than me to do it. Because even now, I'm like, I would like one, but
You're too indecisive.
too indecisive. Yeah. I gotta think about it for a long time.
What about makeup? Like, how early is too early for makeup? For, like, let's say you guys have daughters.
Until they're married.
I think 14 is a good age.
Okay, so you wouldn't let her wear makeup before 14.
Only like the basic, like, where's the eyeliner?
The mascara.
Yeah.
For the eyelashes.
Yeah, or when you do the little line at the
Yeah,
end.
that's eyeliner.
Oh, okay, yeah, eyeliner. I think just like eyeliner, really.
Okay, what about, like, if your daughter, who's, like, 10, and she wants to, like, put eyeliner and, like, mascara?
Maybe. It just depends on how subtle it is.
Yeah.
Like, it has to like look normal. Like, she can't just look like, she's going out for a drag show or something.
Okay.
I would probably let them whatever too. I say now, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like increasingly now, like, makeup is like a hobby. So like, if they're really into it at like 10 years old, girl,
Yeah.
beat your face. Who cares?
Yeah.
But it's like, if you wanna take 30 minutes before we go to Giant Eagle, bro, like, no.
You're doing
Like,
too
dude,
much.
yeah,
You're
like,
doing
come
too
on,
much
chill
at
out.
this point.
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
going
not
to trying to
every-
go without you.
Yeah. You stay in your ass home. I come home. You're still not done. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vanilla pudding. Whatever. I don't know. Whatever I bought.
Yeah, I think I would let them do it as long as they had some sort of like training, whether they like watched YouTube.
He's like, my daughter's not looking like no fool.
Some dads pay, like, for, like, makeup classes. You know who did that? Kim Kardashian's dad.
Oh, wow.
And look at her now.
Look at her now.
Yeah.
Well,
But I would want someone like their mother or like their cousin, like someone that we know to like teach them.
See, but like my mom, she doesn't really like know makeup. She has like 3 makeup products, and she does the same makeup routine every time she goes out. So I had to learn like makeup by myself. But she was also one of those parents that like I could not wear makeup until I think the first time I wore makeup was when I was probably like in middle school. Maybe honestly, maybe like 5th grade. Not 5th grade. No. What is it? 9th grade?
9th grade.
That's
high
freshman
school.
year.
Yeah. And then I think that's when she was like okay with me wearing like mascara. But I also think, I think as long as like, if you were expressing yourself with makeup, I think that would be fine. I don't think it would be like crazy because I feel like I would be there and show like my daughter, but I wouldn't want to take that away from her unless it's like crazy.
Yeah, I think I'm also though conflicted because I am also like of the mindset like kids be kids for as long as they can, and I would probably try to encourage them like, dude, you're only a kid once. Like you're gonna look back and be like, dang, remember when I had no responsibilities or anything? Like, you don't need makeup at like 7th grade. Like you're fine.
Put your focus somewhere else.
I think it depends if they like want it to fit in versus want it as like a hobby.
Exactly.
Like a hobby is cool.
Yeah.
But if you're like, everyone else has it and I feel self-conscious, it's like, well, then tell them, like, try to teach them self-love so they're not self-conscious.
Exactly.
But
yeah, like what you're saying, I think you also gotta let kids follow like what they want to do. Because I know like thanks to like my dad for always like putting us in stuff and like that, but like violin, like that wasn't my go-to. But like if they want to do makeup, if you want to do something else, like,
yeah. And I feel like even for like 5-year-old girls, you can buy little girls makeup. So like if your kid shows interest in makeup, you're not gonna not there's like little kid makeup they can wear, and then they'll transition into real grown makeup whenever they're older, at whatever age that is. I will say I did not start wearing makeup until college, and I think I did not like makeup because I grew up doing like dance, and the recitals and competitions, we would have to put on a lot of makeup, and I hated sitting still and like getting my makeup done. And then since we were like on a stage with lights, it always had to be really exaggerated makeup, and I was just like, I look like a clown. Like they'd make us wear blue eyeshadow, and I was like, I hate putting on makeup, I hate putting on eyelashes, so I had no desire for it through all of high school. I was like, the only makeup I owned was my dance competition makeup.
Which is like, loud.
Yeah, or like for the musicals, we'd put on makeup, but I'd have to have like people help me because I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, or I just use my dance makeup. But yeah, so if you want your kid to not want to wear makeup, just sign them up for dance classes when they're little, and they're gonna hate sitting still for
Problem
it.
solved.
Trick them.
One of my coworkers, she like does makeup, and like she does people's makeup, and she does like makeup like tips and tricks on like TikTok, and she's caught her like 3-year-old daughter doing the same thing, like doing like makeup videos on TikTok. So like in that case, I kind of would be like okay with it, but I definitely wouldn't let her like wear it to school. You know, like if it's a Saturday and she wants to do her makeup, we're just going to the park. Why not?
But you wouldn't let her wear it to school.
No.
For what? Before, honestly, even before high school, it's like for what?
Yeah, for what?
Because I don't know, I was like intrigued by makeup, and I wasn't allowed to wear it, and I just felt like it, like if this is something that I felt like was kind of like, I don't know, my hobby, I guess, and like I wasn't allowed to like show it. I mean, I'm sure also, like, I would have liked to look better, but, like, I don't know. I was intrigued by it, but I couldn't really go too into it because my mom was, like, not okay with it. So I would let my daughter wear makeup to school.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't look bad.
6th grade, you're not going to do a good job.
Yeah, but I also feel like
and I'm not going to help you, so.
You're going to look back on your school pictures and regret.
You're going to wish I told you no.
But honestly, They need that because they need to bring back cringy middle school years.
Yeah. So cringy.
Bring back shame.
See, my parents wouldn't let me do a lot of stuff, and I would just hide it from them. And I wouldn't want my kid to do that to me. Like, I would like wear skirts to school, but like I would leave home with like sweatpants.
Dang.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, we didn't have those issues. We had a uniform.
Yeah.
Oh.
Having uniforms from second grade literally till we graduated. I think that's why I love like clothes so much and like fun, quirky, weird stuff. Just because it's like I felt suppressed my whole life.
Really? I kind of think it was a blessing in disguise.
That's true, because I would have been
I didn't
raggedy.
have to worry about like what I was wearing every day. It was just like, oh, what color pants? Black or khaki?
Yeah. No, it definitely did make, and separating like this is school. This is school
this
outfit.
is school outfit.
You change your like different mindset.
Mm-hmm.
I always liked that too.
See, I didn't have to start wearing school uniforms until I was in 10th grade. And it did not solve any of the problems that the school had.
Yeah.
Because the only problems that they had was that a lot of guys sagged their pants. Well, just
that
because
did
we
not
switched to
solve
uniform.
that
Yeah,
problem.
like everyone still sagged their pants. But
In uniform.
in uniform.
No, what they started doing at one point was if a guy was sagging their pants and they didn't have a belt, they would give them a rope and make them tie the rope through their belt loops to keep their pants up.
What type of rope? Because
Just like
that would
twine.
look
Like
cool.
twine.
Mm.
And then they would put the twine on and they would just sag their pants anyways.
Yeah.
They wouldn't use it to keep them up. They just put it through the belt loops.
Well, that wraps up another episode. Thank you for joining us. This is Eating Good. I'm Oscar.
I'm Sam.
I'm Marisol.
And I'm David.
And thank you for listening.
Also, we have an Instagram. It's called @EatingGoodPod.
Yeah. Follow
it's
us.
real.
Follow us. Comment. Tag your friends. Tag their friends in our pictures. And listen.
Let us
This-
know if there's anything you want us to talk about. Ooh, maybe we'll listen.
Yeah.
Or if you recommend other restaurants we should go to.
That.
yeah,
True.
slide in our DMs.
Mm-hmm.
We're friendly.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Ciao.
Bye.